I'm Judit Kovacs, and I'm from Hungary, Budapest, Hungary. I used to work for the Faculty of Primary Education at Budapest, and I am a teacher trainer, and a researcher. My line of interest is early starts, early language teaching, and early bilingual education. I think it's important to start learning a language early for many reasons, and I have to be really very economical to list you the reasons, because I could write, actually I've written some books on it. The most important thing is I would not start with so I wouldn't say it's just important because of its linguistic benefit. I think it has got more benefits than that. First of all, if a child starts not learning but acquiring a language at an early age, let's say once he or she is 3, for instance, and starts kindergarten, it makes him think better. So his or her cognitive skills can develop much faster, or actually they can develop because once he or she is exposed to a foreign language, which is not actually in his background at home, it means that this child has to make efforts to understand what it is about. And there are lots of cases, or there are lots of children who actually attend bilingual kindergartens and bilingual schools, primary schools, and they are really fantastic. I'm really happy to tell you the results of being educated in a bilingual context. I myself have been teaching, apart from researching and teaching at the university, I've been involved in primary bilingual teaching in a school here in Budapest. And I can see the results myself from week to week. These children, and not just my pupils, but all the pupils I've actually observed or visited, there are lots of things that where they excel, and they are different from other students here in Hungary. First of all, I would say what I think is very important, they are more open than other children. They are more open to everything and everybody, not just to foreigners. The other reason is that their logical thinking is developed, much more developed. Perhaps it might be surprising or even shocking, but they speak their mother tongue, whatever their mother tongue is. They just speak their mother tongue much better, or at least a bit better than their counterparts. So being bilingual or being challenged in this way, it means lots and lots of benefits. And of course, we do not have to forget about the linguistic results. Of course, they do speak the language. Helen-Doron method is something that I came across 8 years ago, I would say. I had heard before Helen-Doron method, even before that, but I had no information, and I didn't know a thing about that. And quite interestingly, I was invited by some Helen-Doron teachers to observe their classes. Now, I really do not know how it began. Perhaps some of my students at university did Helen-Doron courses, and they might have invited me. I'm not really quite clear about that. And of course, I was really very happy to see what's happening there. And what I saw there, I had to, so I just recognized this is the same method I teach at my university. The main principles and the things I have seen as common in Helen-Doron method and the method we teach or other colleagues teach at different universities is that children, so the whole approach is child-centered. We teach, and Helen-Doron method teaches the child, not the language. I would say this is the most important thing. So we both believe in acquisition and not in learning, which means there is no error correction. There is nothing like inhibitions in children, because they can do what they feel like doing, what they enjoy doing. They do singing, dancing, moving around, chatting, and playing in different ways. Actually, so they are active. The other characteristic feature is that I can list is that it is, or both are, activity based. So nothing is verbal. There is a kind of rule that I think is very true. Children and adults approach language, a second language or a foreign language, in a different way. Adults do what they have learned. This is just the other way around with children, because children learn what they have already done. And I think that Helen Doron goes this way. And this is why I think it's, so this might be part of its success. And there is a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, a lot of enjoyment. The atmosphere, which is really very important, it's calm and stressless. And that counts. I think early or very early education, language education, is just a very good thing, even if it's not, it can't be measured, in a way as it is once you just pass an exam, a language exam or something. But as I've mentioned earlier, once a baby or a toddler, so a very, very small child, is open or becomes open to other languages, it's just an asset, a very good thing, once he or she is exposed to hearing or listening to different other languages. So it's just a benefit, even if of course he or she, this child, cannot be expected to speak that language fluently. And again, it's not just the linguistic benefit, but it's a holistic benefit for the whole child, for the development of the whole child. And I'm happy to repeat what I just keep repeating whenever I'm asked about this, that bilingualism or even multilingualism makes smart. So I'm sure that bilingual children, or children who speak more languages than one, or who are just exposed to more languages, they are smarter than monolingual children.